hard to sit, stand, do anything anymore. It's the physical world, and you're going to have to thank God when it's over. But anyway, look, I want to talk about something about the physical world and something about how that we really don't know. We really don't know how what's going on here. There's a lot of structure around us. Yeah, that's all it is. But I'm talking about the human maze, but it's all a human maze. This is what I think is going on. Get into it. But we don't really know. We don't know what is going on historically. The reason why history is a sham. Okay, we have, even if we have ways to save information, we have saved a lot of information. But something is happening on the planet where they know they can hide it from a lot of people. They just outright hide it. And if I think about this, then I'm thinking about it with you right now. How would they hide the information? How would it get hidden? I mean, a human being is going to bring into perception what? And write it down. Write what down? Why do we need to do that? But we have done this. And the Tibetans have written down how we would figure out reality, like how we would figure out how we are one with the universe. To put it just really right into the subject matter, what they always talk about. There's a lot of breaking down right now of the mind structures. I'm talking about these structures that we tend to think that are real. This is the thing. It's just like I've just got this flash that the way that the human being is very powerful. See, we don't last very long here, and I say anymore because our lives, as far as I can see, their life expectancy has decreased. My mom died early. A lot of people have just kind of 70. See, 70, and for some reason, I know that's kind of, 70 is young to die too. 75 is still kind of young. When you're getting into 85, 90, but really people live to be 120 sometimes. So if you look, talk about history. That's about the thing we can log in. We can remember, well, wait a minute, so-and-so's aunt and all my grandmothers lived to be 90 and 110, but now everybody around me, my generation, they're all dying at 70 and 60. And so what's happening? My point is human beings. Okay, it's bad enough that they are born with amnesia. Now their lives are being shortened on the planet. They could have 6 billion, but they're still being shorted. Like ideally what? Does people just drop dead or cash in at 55? Like if retirement, you're dead. Luckily it's 65, but it's like, well, by then you should have your installed fucking disease or something. I kind of got off the subject, but look, man, I'm looking at this thing. It's kind of like movie-like, right? But look, it's like, okay, because reality, because our lifespans are shortening, and they are, we don't remember. We don't know history, period. We don't really know. And why do we even fucking give a shit? This is the thing about what I think we are as human beings. We are different. We're different. If we can detect that there was other civilizations that had big stones that were melted together, fucking hair can't get through it, and it looks like a pyramid, and where's the top, and all these scrolls and shit. Okay, cool. But boy, and where did they go? And they're working hard on something, aren't they? So goodbye, whatever you people are. But we have us to contend with. Like, who owns us? Like, do we own us, or do we? Are we just these? What the fuck happened here? I mean, did they construct us here and leave their big giant instruments behind that they used to use? It's hard to tell. See, why do we care as far as history? See, this. Why would they drill into us? You know, why would they leave, whoever they are, the pyramids there, and say that they're some fucking 8,000 years old, you know? And it's like, well, shit, babes. How do we know that they're 8,000 years old? How do we really know? How do we really know? You know, how do we really know? We have people that say things, and then they'll write it down. And there's studies of things. And I guess science has been doing something. We can trust science, I guess. I mean, there's carbon dating. Carbon dating. You go back and you take a little piece of the ground and you look and you see how, but how do they carbon date a pyramid? You get in there and you get the material and you see what kind of development was happening. And how do you know how far it went back? But supposedly we're just going to settle that they believe that, you know, that they know. and some of the things that are coming up, especially on Facebook and social media, you know, like on the internet, you know, science says that this is, 5 trillion years old, or 5 billion, you know. And it's like, and it's a shoe inlaid inside of a stone or something. Like some of it, like there's a human toothbrush melded into granite, and you're like, this is 200 million, this is 200,000 years old. One of my point is, like, you can fucking say anything, just write it down. Who made it up? Whose idea? And who cares? Who cares? Now, the only ones who would want to make us believe that it fucking matters at all is the ones who control maybe that medium of what is being, you know, it's about history, and this is about, well, time, and this is about, you know, all of this stuff. It's like, well, does that really exist at all? That's why you would need all of that. That's why you need history and all that shit, and time and all that stuff. Saying, yeah, you know, things were built a long time ago. The sun, we move around the sun, and it takes 1 year to do that. And somehow I can count. Somebody is telling me I have a Chinese chest over here that came across on a boat in the 1500s, Ming Dynasty. The Ming Dynasty, this Chinese chest comes across the sea. Okay, this is a story behind this Chinese chest I have over here. This Chinese chest, 15th century, coming across how many? 15th century. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 600 years old, this Chinese chest over here that I have. It's an authentic Chinese chest. You can see the way that there's something that they used. They sprinkle something. I want to say fish scales or something, but it's like this amazing thing that they use to make it less like sparkle in the background. If I go show you, it's an intricately carved chest of drawers And it's not perfect. It had to get redone on the top, and somebody painted it red a couple of years ago. It's the same color. It's a red Chinese chest. It has a lot of its original self on it, though. The top had to be done, but a lot of it is original. And somebody's trying to tell me that it came from fucking, and it's been it was handed down and down and down and down, and you know, it's like that thing there exists. It's there. And they're saying it's been here for so long. I don't know why I'm so confused right now. Like, well, how do you prove that, though? And why does that matter? How do you prove it, and why does it matter? You know what I mean? I mean, I could see that we don't have those things here anymore. Not really. There's one there. And then all I can know is that, okay, where did they go? Where did that style of art go? You know, it's just a style of art that can come back again. And when they're doing it, here it is again. And you can set it next to each other and say, look, here's these two things. Can you tell them apart? Is this one 800 years old, or is that one 800 years old? You see what I'm saying? It's like, well, but why are you saying, well, what's the big deal? Who gives a fuck about the history of it? My point is like, I think, you know, because human beings are like, if you can imagine that they can't hold on into anything of themselves, like, and time at all, but they're going to create all this shit. They're like a pencil. And then now what they do, if you look at them, what a pencil does, they're useless unless they have something there that they can write on and start creating. And this would be Chinese chest or whatever the fuck we're doing, or even just our lives, the signature of our lives. So it's like writing, we're a pencil writing, this design is happening. But is that time? That's just a design. It's just something going on. But we are here under the mercy of biology. And it's a ride. I can tell we're just having a ride. Whatever is animating me and trying to talk to you guys right now is not here. What I'm saying is the body and whatever. My body. Well, my body is just a place where we're experiencing like I was talking about a pencil, you know, but what happens is the pencil becomes animated and it's drawing out. So what is the animation for us is well, the pencil is, you know, for us, what is the analogy? You know, the pencil doesn't own itself. And it's useless if it just had its own self. And you know, what does a pencil do? Well, first you got to sharpen it. It needs honing in. So maybe that's what the spiritual journey is here on the planet. It's like we were born with amnesia, and now we're going to sharpen ourselves and get ready to draw. Okay, so what are we drawing? Reality. Reality is this thing we're doing. So, or it's doing us. We don't really know, but that's where we find ourselves when we're born, and here we are. And also saying, like, we're here as these apertures. What is it? It's trying to say we don't own ourselves. Like a pencil doesn't own itself in and of itself. What good is a pencil if it's just a pencil? It has to start drawing or writing or doing something of itself. And so what's behind it? A higher intelligence. The higher intelligence is what? One who made the pencil. And then so going back to this pencil, who is the human being who is creating, it's used by higher intelligence that's just drawing out things. And excuse me, but it's not drawing out time. That's my point. It's not drawing out time. The pencil doesn't draw out time. I mean, It's just drawing things in time. Within is it in time? It's here now. But what? So I'm trying to get close here to like, what is the human being doing here? Like, what is this? We don't own ourselves like a pencil doesn't own itself. Something created it and uses it to draw and write things about what, or on to what. And okay, so it's reality. That's what they say we're one with the universe. So this is where we are stumped right now, because not only is there a higher creator that says this is my work, but I can only relate to, maybe there is an infiltrator who says, your work, we'll see if you can make it what you think you can make it, because this is something that we want to try to do too. And I don't know, but bottom line is just to say that there was an infiltration of, like they call it, the schism coming in, and interfering with the creator's work. For me, it's just like, well, when there's another mind there that's that is slowing down your idea. And as a musician, that can happen too. If you're at a certain level, you just wait for that musician that's at your level so that you can unleash. Otherwise, you're not going to want anything to do with them. And what is that alignment? It's a drawing out of something. The music, I mean, it's all analogical. We can't pinpoint this. I don't even know if that's a fucking word. Analogical? We can't pinpoint this, but I'm just using metaphors. You know, the musician is also the pencil. The music is the drawing out of things. And kind of losing it now. Thanks for listening.